Time management can be a tricky thing when trying out the latest releases or digging through our backlog. It seems like there's never enough time to play everything we want to play, so it's especially jarring when we play anything like these 10 games that make the clock spin at superhuman speeds. We might want to perfect our performance to a certain degree, see what secrets or unlockables are waiting around the corner, or keep the blissful dopamine pumping at all costs. Whatever the reason, we have to go one more time, then one more time, then one more time, until we can't go anymore.
Number 10!
If you want to argue that there's a valid reason behind the belief that pain can serve as an effective teacher, look no further than FTL. This is a game that ruthlessly punishes you not only for the smallest miscalculation, but just because it can, dealing out an unforgiving hand. It culminates in a feeling of uncertainty that makes you question each decision. Should I have sent an away team to that planet? Did I do the right thing by ordering the ship to enter the asteroid field to inspect a beacon? The moment-to-moment tension from the inevitable chaos almost always leads to your untimely demise, but each failure brings you one step closer to victory by better preparing you for the unknown.
Number 9!
It feels like there's always something to chase after in Monster Hunter, such as taking on a terrifying new foe, gathering materials for new gear, or learning a weapon for the first time. While the treadmill of progression is a strong incentive to keep going, what makes Monster Hunter so special is how exciting hunts are, all on their own. It is sincerely thrilling to take on a big new beast for the first time. The process of learning their moves, how the environment can best be utilized, and how to most efficiently do damage is always a rewarding mountain to climb. It remains satisfying over a long period due to how substantially different monsters can feel. After a hunt, it's always comforting to return to a hub which seems designed to be as relaxing as possible.
Number 8.
The steady climb in power makes every death in Rogue Legacy rewarding. Even though you lose a sizable amount of gold, the remainder can be spent on a slew of upgrades that have a meaningful impact on progression, like extra damage or more health. The next upgrade is always within reach, making it easy to keep playing as bosses come closer and closer. Additionally, the random perks assigned to each new adventurer add a minor gambling element that makes it hard to resist seeing what combinations come next.
Number 7.
There's something freeing about skating in the Tony Hawk series. Whether you're grinding rails or riding vert, each and every trick you land brings a sense of relief. Its arcade style of racking up points by chaining together insane tricks makes it perfect for quick solo play or passing around the controller with your buddies. Every location you visit is a joy to skate thanks to the excellent layouts and theming of each stage. The series lets you play as some of the most legendary skaters of all time, such as Andrew Reynolds and Tony Hawk, and it also has some awesome secret characters, like Darth Maul. Though the franchise has been dormant for the last several years, it's never too late to go back and have a skate sesh with Tony.
Number 6.
Call of Duty, like most popular online first-person shooters, has multiplayer modes that are hard to put down, but there's something about how each match flows together in COD that is relentlessly addicting. Nowhere else is this principle savagely applied than in the series' voracious zombie mode. Here the action only stops when you get completely overwhelmed, and as the franchise has evolved, we've been given more and more resources to stay alive. So when you end up as Emil instead of the victor, it's hard not to feel like there was clearly something you could have done to change your fate, whether it's upgrading a different weapon or choosing a different route to escape the forces of undead evil. Each iteration also has a unique setting and cast, giving us more reasons to persist in exploring their depths, enjoying their comical quips, and trying our best to survive.
Number 5.
The amount of collectibles and challenges in any given season of Fortnite is staggering. Each completed challenge earns battle stars, which in turn level up your battle pass and unlock unique skins and gear along the way. What makes things extra enticing is that once a season is over, all the unearned rewards are gone, making each thing you earned feel truly special. With games that last anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes, it's always tempting to chase after the perfect finale before calling it quits, especially if you are tantalizingly close to a completed challenge or reward. One more drop. It's always just one more drop.
Number 4.
Platformers are some of the most addictive games in the business, especially ones designed to make you fail over and over again. Despite this futility, you can't help but feel that you are somehow one attempt away from finally nailing a jump or sticking a landing. Super Meat Boy takes that feeling and ramps it up by about a factor of 100 as it constantly tortures players with increasingly more sadistic obstacles. The ease of which you can retry over and over only feeds the addiction to keep at it, even long after the madness sets in. It's simple, yet effective, so it's not hard to see why many of us have lost countless hours watching Meat Boy get shredded, grinded, and flattened to death.
Number 3.
The key to the way Trials grabs you and doesn't let go is in the incredibly subtle way each bike handles. A few tiny analog flicks are all that stand between you and victory. The checkpoints are generous, and a single button press puts you back a few paces to try to surmount the next hurdle. You have to test how your wheels react to each surface before you can proceed, and like the scientific method, that often involves lots of errors. On the harder tracks, you know you're going to spend lots of time slipping off surfaces or planting your face into a flaming barrel, but it's so easy to get back in the action that it's hard to tell when it's time to stop. No matter what your skill level, Trials knows how to give you just enough confidence to rewind and give it another go. Again and again.
Number 2.
你好，我是女皇帝武则天。中国追求和平，以谋求自身发展。
Civilization is notoriously difficult to pull away from. The series offers a daunting amount of depth, but breaks it down in a way that usually feels perfectly digestible. Players can create a game that feels comfortable for them, selecting their civilization of choice, difficulty, map size, and so on. At the start, your civilization has almost nothing, and over time, you become a dominating presence in one way or another. The piece-by-piece construction creates a very slow but soothing pace as you're drip-fed new units, technologies, diplomatic opportunities, buildings, and so on. You're always on the brink of some new goal, making civilization so hard to detach from. Every game can feel substantially different as well, depending on how the map shakes out, what civ you're playing as, and which victory path is chosen.
Number 1.
There's perhaps no more iconic example of this compulsive phenomenon than Tetris. Whether you're trying to go for a serious high score or just playing more casually, the process of snapping these blocks into place delivers a primal sense of fulfillment. It's so easy to make mistakes that you know you shouldn't have made that Tetris fosters a compelling belief that you could easily do better next time, even if multiple runs aren't up to par. Not only does the classic 80s version have a strong psychological pull on players, but the game itself manages to go for one more try long after we think we've seen every trick in the book. Just in the past few years, we've seen Tetris join forces with competing puzzler Puyo Puyo. Tetris Effect has immersed us in VR with trance-like rhythms, while Tetris 99 captivates us with its competitive spirit. Tetris can turn an intended 10-minute break into an all-night obsession. Easy Allies create shows, podcasts, reviews, and more thanks to generous viewers just like you. If you like what you see, check out patreon.com/easyallies to help us make more. For just $1 a month, you can gain access to weekly updates, spoiler discussions, and exclusive shows.